Have you ordered your t-shirts from flashdesigns.com? Have you? Have you really? If not, you should. Flashdesigns.com holds all of the best merchandise screen printed from our friend Mark Killer Kowalski. Locally owned, locally operated. If you want to act local and think globally, here's your chance. Flashdesigns.com, holding all your Moon Tower merchandise. T-shirts, beer koozies, all to your service. Flashdesigns.com.
She gave me a line and fucked the shit out of me. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, no, dude, I'm for real, man.
The old lady, the old Mrs. Robinson lady?
Yeah, and I know it. She was a hooker. I know she was, dude.
It wasn't in her place?
No, dude. She was just tired of probably some limp wiener all the time, and she wanted one of them young bucks, and Eddie went over there and just put it to her. And the whole time, me and Tim were like, dude, what are you doing? Ed was that type of cat, man. I wish that dude was still here. The other crazy-ass fucking story, he was dating this chick. We were young. I was, 17. Maybe we were still in high school. I just bought this motorcycle. And he was dating this chick who used to sell us beer at the corner store. And this was...
Nice.
Dude, we lived in the hood.
Hook up?
Oh, yeah, dude. But we lived in...
I know how that is.
You know, so we
had the hillbilly equivalent. We had like a gas station out on Route 20 that we'd all go to, and they'd sell to underage kids.
Yeah, so, you know, whenever when you know they're in the country when they use numbers as roads, like Big John. 107 and Route 20, you know, down there by westbound 22, you're like, like no one knows.
Give me coordinates.
Yeah, like
I know how to get your place.
Yeah, you're like, am I supposed to punch these in with
Where's the bus stop?
Yeah, where in the hell's the stop sign at? What's the street name? You know, yeah, 107 and 2. Like, no.
At least tell me what building you go up to.
Yeah.
You go up to the place where they sell TVs, take a left, and there's a nursery.
I already forgot what we were talking about. What were we talking about?
Your story.
Yeah. Oh, Eddie.
Eddie.
So Ed's dating this chick, man. Her name was Becky, and we lived in the hood, like around here in Toledo. We lived in the North End over there by Regina Manor. That was fucking projects. And this chick I had no idea at the time what it is. Now I'm old. She was a white supremacist.
Oh God.
She had a iron cross thing, you know, like the crow or whatever on her chest.
Oh, the eagle.
Yeah, right there in the middle, dude. Right here. She wore the combat boots, the whole fucking shebang. Had her side of her head shaved. And here we are. You know, I mean, I literally had cornrows in my head. Wearing Duke Blue Devils coat. You know, Eddie would have his Cincinnati Red shit. I mean, we were them kids in the projects. Well, Eddie's dating her pretty much so we could have the hookup. Because she wasn't very pretty, but she was older. Well, Eddie calls me up. Eddie calls me up. He's like, dude, I got Becky talked into a threesome. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. She's got beer. She's got everything, man. She's got weed and everything. I know you don't smoke, but she's got weed and beer and all that. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'll be over. I'm going to grab a little bottle of Jack. Okay. So went. I figured if she was down for a threesome, she'd be down for a moresome. So I called my buddy Justin. So I went and got my buddy Justin, picked him up. Now, mind you, this dude, he's Lebanese. You know what I mean? I didn't think anything of it. Like, whatever. So we get pulling up there. I'm on my motorcycle, and this dude followed me. We pulled up.
What kind of bike?
I had a Kawasaki Ninja 600. 500 or 600. But, yeah, little burner, man. It was sweet. And we went pulling up. And Eddie told me, he was like, yeah, we'll be upstairs. Don't worry about it.
What up, Paul Stalker?
So we went up there, went inside, and here she had this big, huge... I'd never been to her house.
Okay.
I've been there to pick Eddie up, but I'd never been inside. You know what I mean? None of us did.
You know the front. You know what the front looks like.
Not the back. So we pull up in there, and we walk in the house, and there's this big, huge sign that this crazy old chick's got in her living room that says, to be born white is not only an honor, it's also a privilege. And I look at my buddy like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
Damn.
Dude.
Like the whole time, like, dude, are we gonna get beat
God.
up? You know what I mean? Because we are not the type that would be in
This is the wrong
Yeah.
recipe.
Yes,
It's like Red State.
dude, it was some weird shit.
Well, I don't know.
So my
Maybe
buddy
a
Justin-
tiered below Red State, but still.
My buddy
like,
Justin, the Lebanese cat,
It's
he was-
Ohio.
yeah,
Yeah.
except we're in Ohio, in the middle
It
of the
is
hood.
the red state.
Like,
And-
oh god.
My buddy Justin, the Lebanese cat, he's like, dude, fuck this, dude, I'm out. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck that, man. I was like, this bitch is weird. So
You just walk in and just walk right back out.
yeah, well,
What?
Justin did. He dipped out. He went out back. He's sitting out there.
He didn't even
I walk
stop.
up.
He didn't even stop to stand to look
No,
at it. He's
I
just
walk-
like, "Hey, I'm out."
I walked upstairs and sure enough, man, she had Eddie all strapped up, tied up to the bed, and she's standing there with these boots on. And I'm like, no, this ain't for me. Like, no, this ain't for me.
don't you?
Oh, dude, that bitch was.
Oh,
fucking
yes,
crazy.
you do.
Make me- I'm wondering what her last name was. I should look her up on Facebook. just to
Later,
see.
Hosen.
Dude, she was nuts.
A leader of Hosen.
Eddie always met these crazy ass bitches, dude.
Was
Poor
he?
Ed.
He was the cat that they just fell into him.
Oh yeah, dude. He would just because he didn't
Just
care.
gobble up the mental cases.
Yeah, he loved them. Like when you're like, man,
They got fat asses.
like, dude, why is she over there talking to herself, acting all crazy? He's like, that's the one I'm gonna go home with. Like, you're nuts, bro. Like, you're crazy. You know, I ain't jumping on no grenade for that because even if she's so crazy, her friends are crazy. You know what I mean?
And you
Like,
gotta fight them off to help him.
yeah, no, that ain't happening. No, you have to. They're so like toxic. You got to hit them with a 2x4.
Woo.
Just
Oh, one of them one time, dude. We were
nothing
out
but
at
red wine.
the one looked like, remember Hatchet Face from Crybaby? Looked like that.
Man.
Like, oh, what do you mean, dude? He's like, yeah, but dude, look, you know she's good. I'm like, it don't matter.
That's some
man.
visual alliteration right there.
Oh, it was nuts, bro. It was nuts. Good old Ed. Yeah, we were, dude. We knew each other so tight. We were at Woodward one time. It was like my first day there, and I played football and wrestled and shit. So I went and sat at the table with all those.
Sorry to interrupt real quick. What approximate year is this?
Oh, 95.
95.
So this was, back then.
Back in the day.
Yeah, the 95, and dude, it was so fucking crazy. I sat down. I wasn't even in the lunchroom. Dude's first day. I wasn't even in the lunchroom 10 seconds.
Bro, Bill Clinton was president.
This dude's about to get 3 strikes. He's seen Tweety birds by the end of this conversation. He come over like, I don't know who he was, what he was, whatever. You're in my seat. He didn't even give me time to tell this dude, like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Eddie caught him with a lunch tray. Whop, right in the face. Just like, whop, like in Police Academy. Just like, he literally
No time to respond.
left dude's imprint right in his face, like, we curved right on his whole grill.
Dang.
Fucked his whole day up. Yeah, Eddie got 3 days for it, but he didn't care because Eddie didn't care back. Eddie, he knew
Yeah.
my mom would whoop my
Eddie
ass.
knows what he's about.
Yeah. My mom would have whooped my ass back then. Eddie's mom didn't give 2 shits, so Eddie was like, "Yep,
All right.
good
I
old
dig
Ed."
it.
Cheers to him.
Good. Cheers
Cheers
to
to
Ed.
Eddie.
Cheers to Ed. Yep. Fucking Ed. We used to go on these big ass canoe trips with everybody, all kinds of us. We had. Did you ever meet Jeff to the left?
Mm-mm.
No.
I haven't really met any.
You met Ralph.
Oh,
Rest his soul. Good
God
old-
damn it. You gotta bring up
Ralph, I
fucking
know.
Ralph the Mouth.
Yeah, good old Ralph.
El Chico.
You know what? I'm gonna show you this picture.
Hey man, the referees are winning. Watching the neighbor's soccer team. Hey man, because they got fucking white shirts and black stripes. Hey man, the referees are winning.
He was the only guy I knew who would
This fake ass fucking
who'd be so fucked up and talking. He talked
El
in cursive.
Chicano.
Yeah, he would.
El Cabron.
El Chicano, El Chicano.
And this dude had a gut that was fucking just bloated out to his knees and short.
Look, that's his sister. That ain't him. That's
You sure?
I'm positive, dude.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
No.
Is that his sister?
Yes.
That's him.
Huggy Bear.
Dang.
So Huggy
The
Bear,
spirit
this
lives.
one's, the spirit lives through you. That's her real name too, Huggy Bear. First
What?
time I met her, man. Ralph,
Like name or nickname?
driver's license name.
What?
She changed it to Huggy Bear.
She changed.
Huggy Bear. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying she went down to the courthouse and had her name changed
Yes.
to fucking Huggy Bear?
Yes. Huggy Bear. Cool ass
Wow.
woman. She's older too. She's probably like 60 something. Super cool. But yeah.
Okay.
Huggy
Hey, at least she
Bear.
knows what she's about.
Yeah. We would all go canoeing, right? We all were up. That's where I was getting it. We were all out there canoeing, and Eddie and Jeff to the left and Ralph Mouth would get these fucking canoes together. And Eddie, he'd be partying, dude. I mean, he'd party. He was our Keith Richards.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except apparently he didn't have Keith Richards' blood, tiger blood.
He didn't get the pure shit.
No, because when I found him on his floor, Keith Richards was still kicking. Eddie wasn't kicking. Rest his soul. Go get down there. But fucking, we were all canoeing, and these dudes would be hammered. I'm talking 2 cases within 5 miles. It'd take you. I mean, we were gone for 2 hours, 3 hours, but old Ralph Melf and Eddie and Jeff to the left would be in these weird ass competitions. Try and get going. They had these lesbian chicks all cruising down, which is weird with lesbian chicks because they all had dildo hats on, right? They all had
Yeah, they came to party too.
yeah, they were partying like rock stars, man. They had like these little dildo hats on and their squirt guns with probably Kahlua cream or some shit in them, you know what I mean? They were
Pretty
partying. And Ralph's all fucking hammered. He's over there, give me one of them squirt guns. Like, no. And yeah, he was. Yeah, dude. Great time. Canoeing. Everybody should go canoeing. Which we're all going whitewater rafting. If you guys are down.
Never been.
Never been?
No, I've known some people that have.
I've gone kayaking, but
I love the
never done,
outdoors,
any,
but not that much.
Anything intensive.
Dude, it's wild, man. I'm talking helmet style, too, where you gotta wear a helmet. It's well worth it, though. You only live once. Why not?
Well, I fucking...
Why wouldn't you go?
Well, I have been canoeing in Deepwater Cave in Kentucky.
Yeah, this is...
Also on acid. That was great.
that would be wild. In a
Just,
cave?
looking at, yeah. It was all underground. And they had the passageway kind of ciphered out, and we had guides and whatnot.
The echoes from the drops would be crazy.
Yeah, it was because they had that fucking eroded stone, like wet water stone
Right.
kind of vibe to it, and then I don't know. The guides talked about how much that had been naturally eroded and what had been taken to by man, and it was almost completely just shaped the way it was.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Especially on acid, it'd been weird. See, I couldn't even, I know I couldn't do nothing right
Well,
now.
we've been partying the night before, so
I couldn't do
I
nothing
mean,
like that.
like
no.
once you get into your stride, it's
it wasn't
easier.
it wasn't a
Yeah.
hangover. It was a layover.
I wouldn't even...
Yeah, I know that is. Like, initially, it's a little bit weird once you get, like, used to, like, being where you're at. It's like...
I don't even
No.
think I'd want to do something, anything. I mean, weed's about it for me now. I mean, I can't even... Jack and Cokes, I'll be
Fuck
sleeping.
that.
I
I'd have
guess
been
on
sitting-
occasion.
If I'd have
Like,
been
I don't
sitting
like
here
doing,
drinking
like,
some
high
of them,
doses anymore, but, like, I'll do, like, a
if
low
I'd had some
dose.
PBRs right now, I
Yeah.
wouldn't even been able to make it home. I'd be staying on the couch.
Well, and that's kind of the great thing too, is that that's what you're accompanied to.
Yeah, like I can...
Like I was trying to tell this to my dude at work, because he finally got high the other night, but he took 3 gummies.
Oh, he was done.
Was drinking.
Yeah,
I'm
especially
like-
if you've never done anything before that. That's going to hit him
Well,
on his ass.
he had drank, but he never smoked, and we tried to get him to smoke.
So here, take these gummies.
Well, no, he got that through someone else, and he told me about it. And I'm like, well, he had talked about wanting to do them and buying gummies, wanting to get high, because I tried to get him to smoke before, and he's like, oh, I gotta drive home. So he was talking about getting gummies. I'm like, no, not for you. Because he's real skinny and he's goofball.
Like, yeah, like, after, like, what I went through, like, yeah, like, gummies are strong in and of themselves.
Well,
if you get like the good ones.
Yeah, when you get the good ones, because I mean, I've taken them to where
Yeah.
you're just like, dude, that's wasted.
Like I wasn't
money.
expecting. I thought I was like experienced. Like I've done like trays of brownies and like I've been fine.
Well, and I
I
was
was
telling
homemade butter and I knew what I was getting into. So.
and I was telling him, I'm like, you've never smoked before, so you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
But
true.
the other night, he's like, yeah, I fucking ate 3 gummies, and he's like, the first one was like 30, 40 minutes. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I just ate the other 2. I'm like, good for you.
Yeah.
He's like, I had a great fucking time. I'm like, good for you.
Yeah,
That's the way it should. I'm like, did time stop? He's like, basically.
Woke up, orange fingers, fucking Cheetos bag empty on the floor.
Oh, he said he just fucking, he said he ordered a pizza and played video games. I'm like,
That's how it should be.
Yeah. That's a good first.
Well,
time.
I've got into arguments with people at work, just like everybody else does, because the laws are set up to where, it's totally against people who do smoke. Because you can be a rager, alcoholic, and get jobs and do things like that. But you could toke a joint 20 days before this job interview you got.
Like
And
no.
you can't
if it's
get it.
secondhand.
Yeah, and you can't get it, or, you can eat a brownie that nowadays you didn't even know was something. But it's still in your system.
Well, even
And
worse.
it's legal. You might have went to Vegas or Michigan or somewhere and done something that's completely legal.
And come back
And
to
came
live in
back.
the state that it's not.
And now that you're at work, you show up to work with your nose all red, with your veins poking out because you drink a fifth of rum every lunch break.
Hey, it doesn't look like that. Your skin might sag.
Sometimes. But no, I mean, that's what I do think they're getting. That goes back to when we were talking about the politics part of that. I do like that they are making some of them laws a little more lax.
Well, then you have, like, I think it was Illinois that wants to release prisoners who were convicted of marijuana laws.
Which they should, to a point, but okay, and and I'm someone who likes to smoke, so, but it's like anything else. I think there's got to be a limit. Does that mean that the guy that they caught selling 1,000 pounds compared to a guy selling an ounce?
My thing is not even that. My thing is, what are they going to do after they're released? Do you have a program intact that
because
can help siphon them
Yes.
through back into society?
Because some of them people have been in jail for a long time and just throwing them out to the wolves.
on bullshit fucking laws.
Yes, because there's people who'd come out after a year, and they're already behind, and it's hard for them to catch back up, even if they take all of that off their record. And that's the
Bro,
only
it
thing
was
in
hard
their
for my brother to get back into after 3 months.
Yeah, dude.
in county.
It's it would be tough. I don't know, and they would have to set up some programs because there's a lot of good people who've been burned. They had lists. You can read on normal.com and on High Times and things like that of what a joint doing 10 years in Louisiana because it's your third strike.
Victimless crimes.
Yeah, that shit's dumb. But yeah, now so what do you do for the people who went in there for something like that, but then caught cases while they're in there? It's a touchy subject. One thing they need to do is they definitely need to have programs set up for them people, because it is bullshit that they went to prison for something like that.
Yeah. Well, and anyone in general getting out. That's another thing that they don't have set up, is trying to siphon these characters, these folks, back into a normal life.
Yeah, no.
Quotes, a normal.
Yeah, and life already for people who've never been in prison is hard enough to be normal, let alone someone who's been in jail for years. Could you imagine going in before? Just think about it. How long have cell phones been out for?
Mm-hmm.
20
Dude,
years,
yeah, it'd be
25
like
years?
culture shock.
Ish.
Yeah, 25 years isn't long.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's really not that long. But to be away and then come out and everything's fast.
Like, yeah, it's like hard to digest everything. It's like you have to digest that amount of time and like.
Yeah, I mean, they were still writing.
You can.
They were still writing letters by licking stamps and shit. Now
when they
like,
went in.
Yeah, now you're like, whoa, what do you mean? I can literally just hit this button and.
Well, I worked with a couple cats like that. That their closest thing to a touchscreen was a flip phone.
Yeah.
Because that's what they knew
what
and wanted. This is one cat, Mike Palooka, worked with him about 5-6 years ago, and he was an old hunch-over fella. Always wore a back brace, nice head of white hair. He had like kind of rocky built shoulders. He's about 6'3", but he had a hunch because he moved furniture on the weekend, and he had this precocious aftershave that he'd always wear, like brute but stingier.
Precocious.
And he was just kind of this guy, like, hey Mike, hey, how you doing? And just saunter by. And he had always worked the freezer at the shop I worked at. And he'd come out and you could tell his presence. And one time he walked by and I smelled the aftershave. And I looked over to my coworker, Wilson, and I was like, someone should tell Palooka he smells more Polish than he already is.
Oh, Jesus.
Just as a goof, like a and it was one of the only times I ever seen Wilson get really serious. And he leaned into me, he's like, I don't think you want to do that. I'm like, what? He's like,
Yeah,
and he just looked at me, he's like, Palooka did 25 years for killing a guy. I'm like, what?
Some of them cats.
And he's like, yeah, back in the day, he fucking got into a bar fight and beat a guy so hard he died in the hospital.
Oh, man.
Second degree manslaughter. I'm like,
yeah, you didn't want to tell
what?
me, did you? You're like, no, never mind.
But like,
he smells great. He smells great.
No, I told my brother and a friend that, and he's like, yeah, some cats like that, they go behind and they come out and they're just like straight on the point, kind of like dots on the feather kind of guys.
Others
like,
get institutionalized. Now that's why they go back, dude. I work with some of these girls that talk about guys they know who go back to prison on purpose because they're different. You know what I mean? They go in there because that's what they want to do. They can live their life in there than they can out here. And it's just, I like freedom. I like steaks. I like watching what I want to.
You can imagine for cats like that, that's their freedom, because that's where they're able to be themselves.
Yeah, no. So I just chill, stay out of trouble, do Midwest dad things like shovel, get my white New Balances with green grass stains on them.
Mm-hmm.
Get them every year for your birthday,
or Skechers.
Yeah, or Skechers. Yeah, I mean, I just do that kind of shit. Like, oh wow, hey look, a new hoodie. Like I get excied about that.
Hoodies are dope.
Or I get,
because as far as the workplace, you've always had like that secondhand kind of story.
Yeah, dude.
Which is funny because, like I was saying, like at the shop or whatever, like I see that shit. It's still, I'm not involved with it, but to be able to see it, to be able to witness that, like being on the ground floor kind of thing, like at a factory, at a shop, or Nate, for you, like being in the kitchen.
Yeah, like I could see, like that would be like waiting. I think working in the kitchen would be like waiting.
It kind of is.
It's all like platoon.
Sometimes it's raunchier, sometimes it's like a lot more lax. It depends on the day.
Make me not want. I don't even want to know any stories because I go out to eat at home.
They don't always wash their hands, Mike.
That's the least of what I'm worried about.
As
far as what I do, I'm pretty clean.
I am always friendly. I am always friendly.
Nate wears gloves.
I am always friendly to the wait staff. Dude, there was one time, this is
gotta be, man. Like, especially if you work in that business or any spider web area of that business.
Dude, I've never worked in a restaurant. I was
just customer service in general, man.
Yeah, and I've done that plenty at the hospital.
How many shirts have you tried on? Like,
me and my
many
wife
fingers and thumbs have been through those shirts.
Me and my wife one time. I don't know if it was Cinco de Mayo or if it was St. Patrick's Day.
Placido Domingo.
But it was one of these 2 days, man, and I was just like, we were younger, we were in early 20s, whatever, so 2000, maybe 99, something like that, and I'm working at the hospital. I had the day off next morning. We went to Don Pablo's. That's why I'm thinking it might have been Cinco de Mayo, but yet it wasn't crowded, so it was probably St. Patrick's Day. Let's go to a Mexican restaurant on
It was St. Patrick's Day because I think I've heard the story.
And, dude, I'm hammered.
Yep, it was St. Patrick's Day because I remember when you first told me the story, you decided to drink margaritas on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, and it was like and I ordered this big one, right? And I remember, dude, my wife's just bitching at me about ordering the big one. And I'm like, what the hell? So anyway, I'm like, screw this shit. So I literally ordered another one. And I told her, I'm not going to take my lips off this straw just because you're bitching at me. So dude, it was a big one, dude. It was like a fucking bucket.
Yeah, I know.
I slurped this whole fucker down, dude, and I was butt wasted. I'm literally eating the chips, like pushing them in my mouth, but taking really
like a cartoon character.
Yes, exactly. Like Bugs Bunny eating a carrot. The whole thing. And I end up asking the dude, my waiter, can you get the manager to come out? And the manager comes out. And I tell him how cool the waiter was, which, I mean, dude, all he did was bring me out drinks, and that was it. I had free chips. I said, I want to talk to the chef. And the manager's like, what do you want the chef for? And I mean, I remember, you know how you can be butt-ass hammered, wasted, but you just remember some shit. And you're just
yeah.
I'm like, he cooked these chips. He's like, nah. I'm like, I want to talk to the chef. Dude, he brought someone out. I don't know, it wasn't no chef. He brought someone out.
A bellboy.
My wife is just sitting there the whole time shaking her head. Because, I mean, she had, water with ice. Maybe a lemon. You know, that's how drunk she got that night. 'Cause she was so fucking mad.
She was hydrated.
And then what happened? My boss calls me. And he's like, hey, don't forget, you got to be there in the morning. I'm like, man, fuck you. Literally, that's what I tell him. Like, fuck you, man. I ain't got to be nowhere, dude. I know I ain't got to work tomorrow. And, yeah, you do. No, I don't. It's before camera phones. So I didn't have a picture.
I can show you where I'm at.
I couldn't show him a picture.
I know
of
what's going on.
and shit. I'm like, dude, you're nuts. I said, I'll tell you what. I'll be there in the morning, and you're going to have an earful when I get there. If you're going to act like my dad. I told him, if you're going to act like my dad, I'm going to get lunch money from your ass. I was so fucking pissed. So anyway.
I want an allowance.
I go home. I don't even think I went to bed. I was so mad. Smoked a couple bowls. Probably passed out. But I know I didn't go to bed because she probably wouldn't let me sleep in bed.
You didn't fall asleep because your eyes were open.
Yeah.
You're just laying in the bed, just straight up looking at the fucking ceiling.
She wouldn't let me in the bed. She was so mad after that chip ordeal, stuffing them in my mouth like that, calling all the people over. Well, anyway, I get to work in the morning and I was off. I told his old ass Jerry Moeller, if you're listening, you'll remember. I said, dude, for now on, each day this week you owe me $10 for lunch. If you're gonna act like my old man, I'm gonna get $10 for lunch. He gave me $10 every day. So I told him, nice. I was pissed. I was mad as fuck. He was just covering his ass because he knew the other dude probably wasn't gonna be there. Mm-hmm. That fucker.
Might as well get some lunch out of it.
Dude, when we worked at the hospital, we had all kinds of. We met this one cat. This was a funny one. Since I don't work there no more, I don't really care. But I was working with this other dude. We're going to call him Freddie B. That we're sitting there, and there's this guy that, when we met him, I met him with 2 legs when I first met him. Like, next time I met him, he had 1 leg. Met him again, he had no legs. Well, Mexican dude. And we get to talking, and I'm like, damn, homie, like, man, what you on? You're on some shit, huh? He's like, oh, man, don't do heroin. I'm like, what? Whenever they start saying it, whenever they start saying shit like that way, hey, Ron, she'll fuck you up. You know, they've been partying like a rock star. You know
Semantics.
What I mean? So I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't fuck with that, dude. No, why does, I'm asking him, like, why does, he's old dude. Mm-hmm. Telling me Vietnam, that's when he told me the whole story. Started his shit over there, whatever. We get to talking, and I'm telling him about, because he's from the South End, my aunt and uncle who owned a barbershop and a beauty salon over in the South End. So as we're over there, and he's like, my sister, I haven't talked to her in 20 plus years, but she owns a barbershop and a beauty salon in South End. I'm like, really? Is it Charlotte and Jim? Sure enough, this dude was his sister, was my Aunt Charlotte.
Okay.
So, make a long story short, I end up telling her about it. They end up kissing, making up, whatever. He comes back in the hospital, and he comes in there and he gives me and Freddie B. He's like, "Hey, Mike, I want to give you something." I'm like, "What's that?" He gave us a little film vial, like when we used to get pictures.
Yeah.
So this tells you how long ago it was. I mean, it was like 99.
Yeah.
Gave us a film vial, and I opened it up, and it was... Back then, you only got Mexican weed.
Yeah.
Some good old... It was good green brickweed at the time. He's like, "Oh, thanks for looking out for me." He ended up passing away. But yeah, that was a good one. He was a cool-ass cat, Leon. Me and Freddie B. That was a trip. That was a good time working there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working at the hospital. Because you met all kinds of people. When I first started there, I met one of them old-timers who still had the tattoo from the Holocaust on his forearm. He had to have been John Brown or some shit was his name. It was something weird. I mean, I know that wasn't his real name, but that's like the name that he went by here. But his real name, dude, it was one of them.
He straight up had a fucking tattoo?
Oh yeah, no lie, dude. Swear to God, he had on his forearm.
Forearm.
Yep, all different. It wasn't like a tattoo. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
You could tell. You know what I mean?
The IBM digitized.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts, dude. We met all kinds of people there. I met this one old guy. I can't say who. He owned a car lot at the time, and we go and get him and. Hey, how you doing? He's like, "Oh, good. How you guys doing?" He's always in there. Old guy like that. How you doing, guys? We're like, good. We're taking you down for your test. Oh, that's cool, man. Whatever. Help me up. Can't get up good. Whatever. Get him up. Take him down. I'm up getting another patient. I see this little hot booger boy walking into his room like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "Good. Hey, how are you?" I'm like, "Good." "Hey, do you know where Mr. Smith Jones is at?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's getting his test." "Okay, can you just let him know I'm up here?" I'm like, "Yeah, let him know." Shoot. Phew. Walk down there. "Hey, Mr. Smith Jones, just let you know your granddaughter's upstairs." He's like,
"Oh, Nani?"
"She is." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Wow, Elizabeth's here?" And I'm like, "I guess, yeah, I don't know.
I was gonna fuck that.
She's a cute little booger, I'll tell you that, Mr. Smith Jones." "Oh, wow." And he's just looking at me all weird, like, that's just odd. Yeah, we get him up there. No, that's his wife.
So I am gonna fuck that.
Yeah, I'm thinking the whole time, like, "Oh, you dirty old man."
How much you pay for that wife?
High five. Yeah, we're on the high five. Oh, dude, I got.
Is that .org or .com?
Yeah, no doubt. Huh?
.net.
Is that Madison? What's it called? Allison, the one they got hacked and all the rich people's names got put out there.
Oh fuck.
Ashley Madison.
God damn it. It's something up that
I
avenue.
have to Google it. What the fuck was it?
It was the escort service.
Yeah. Notice they didn't talk about that much after. What I mean?
It's kind of just faded by
they're
the
like,
wayside.
all right, yep, Epstein didn't hang himself either. Just like,
Never forget.
Bro, we all know.
He had assistance from one of his friends.
I just seen where they're gonna do that with Weinstein.
He got
him.
convicted.
Yeah, he got convicted, so now they're gonna move him. I just was reading before I came over here on the news, so you know it's true, that they're gonna move him to his own cell, and they might take him off of Rikers Island because they can't handle another celebrity death like that. So they're gonna treat him. They're gonna give him all kinds of special treatment.
AKA, he's gonna fly to Israel.
Oh yeah, dude, you ain't gonna see him no more. They're gonna, what they call it, Schmiegel. He's gonna take his little Schmiegel over there and hide out.
Well, dang.
I mean, because what is he? His brother still owns the place, right?
Well, his brother, I think, was gonna be brought up on charges as well, but I haven't heard about his brother, about Bob.
Fucking better went and told him, like, look, dude, you're just biting a bullet, man.
Yeah. And there's a whole thing that might connect him to like fraud and racketeering charges in Israel.
Ooh.
Because of Netanyahu's connections with certain movie moguls.
They all, I mean, you figure, which I'm not rich, so yeah, I've never had a movie part. But to get that rich and that kind of shit, man, they do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how they get there. I mean, they're not there because they're nice and friendly.
Well, the thing is, like, people's outrage about when stuff like Weinstein breaks out, and I'm not denigrating anything against him or trying to say that people are wrong, but when shit breaks out like that, everyone acts surprised.
Yeah, hell no,
as though it hasn't been happening, like, in Hollywood, in
all of them,
politics or religion or whatever.
Every one of them people you see him hugging with in them pictures, they all knew what the fuck was going on. All from Oprah to whoever, they all had to.
No, and I'm saying this, it's a very specific instance where it's busted the whole thing wide open, hopefully, gratefully, but people act like they're surprised by it when it happens, and on the other side, it's like, oh, like the conservative side, it's like, oh, where all these gay people come from? Like, they just fell out of the fucking sky.
Yeah.
Like, when people act so surprised about something that's has been happening in forever, even before when they existed, but they act so surprised that it's happening now.
Yeah, no, they're like, I can't really. Like, come on.
What? No.
Huh? Yeah, Lisa
really?
Alexander.
Seriously?
Huh? They got you on video and pictures at the party where all that shit happened. No way. At 5 parties you've been at, and in Special Island. Like, no. Next thing you know, they find you hanging.
Well, then you have the fucking hangers on who are like, it's someone I like. God damn it.
Yeah.
I like you though because of stuff you've done, and
you helped me out, but you were a slime ball and you did a lot to 500 other people. But I'm gonna like you over here in the ditch.
I mean,
that's why I'm glad. You think about it. I'm glad I'm not filthy rich.
It would,
because no one's out looking for a bald, married, chubby dude. Really.
Yeah, because they're always rich.
You know. Yeah, no.
Like Diamond Dave Lee Ross said, money cannot buy happiness, but it can buy you a boat. They can sail up to the shore of it.
Yeah, I got a boat. I can sail.
I know you got a boat.
I can drive up to the shore.
Sailing.
Yeah. Come sail away with me.
Sail.
Yeah, it just makes you. I mean, yeah, Hollywood and all that, dude. I mean, have you ever been out? You've been out there, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so grimy.
But at least L.A. owns up to it.
Yeah. Oh, they're not
because it has the pockets. There's like Olvera Street in the Mexican neighborhood. On point.
Yeah.
On point. There's pockets of L.A. that if you want to go out and find it, they're fucking worth the time.
Yeah, you don't.
But then there's
Sunset
L.A.
Strip. That's
the Sunset's awesome.
Dude,
Sunset is awesome.
For people watching,
Hollywood Boulevard is where the shit's at because you get the fucking
even,
Walk of Fame.
That was crazy too.
Walk of Fame is
Venice. I still have the smell of Venice in my nose. Venice Beach.
Smells like fucking hot sand and piss, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
It does. It's wild. That was the only place, to be honest with you, out of all the places I've ever been to, cause I get up in the mornings, like I said, I get up at like 4:30 Midwestern style, no matter where I'm at. I get up in the morning and walk. Yeah. I get up and walk. So I get up out there and I'm walking around. That's the only place I ever felt like nervous.
Really?
And I've been walking.
Really?
Around. Yeah, because like in Philly, Chicago.
Well, I'm saying like in Philly too. Like I've never been to Philly, but I've heard some horror stories.
Yeah, but at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, they're already done out doing all that. At Venice Beach at 4:30 in the morning, the cops are getting all them dudes riled up.
Yeah,
they're all up moving.
They're hustling the bums off the beachhead.
Yeah, dude, it was wild, man. Like, dude, they're everywhere.
Because
pissing and shitting everywhere you could possibly.
I ended up there.
Jesus.
I ended up there fucking like 7:30, 8 o'clock, the morning, morning and a half after an all night bender, and fucking, it was chaos.
It's crazy
because it was people just, and I didn't even really see any cops. It was just people just walking around, just
everywhere.
But 2 nights before, I got to see fucking Venice, Santa Monica just clear out, like
Santa Monica's
the
nice.
boardwalk, the fucking all the restaurants and shit, and then you just see all the bums come in from downtown.
Yeah,
they set up shop.
Yeah, they don't let them come down there during the day. And
No,
they know it.
no,
That's why they don't get in trouble.
It's like past.
They know the rule.
It's past 6 o'clock.
Yeah, they're like, all right,
Every
guys,
night.
look, we'll let you guys come
Like
down here and do
fucking
your thing.
clockwork.
But you got to start moving out when the guys come down here, start jogging in the morning. So they can just pack up their shit and go.
Oh, there's that. There's fucking
It's a
dude.
human litter box, though, man.
Well,
out
and
there was just so
You
disgusting.
go 2 blocks up and 2 blocks to the left, and it's Tent City,
Yeah,
right
it
off the
was-
beachhead.
That
And it
was
smells
wild
like
too.
piss.
Oh man, dude, it's literally still in my nose.
And just tents and mattresses and all the way down for
$10
about a
million
mile.
house, $10 million house, but they got all these tents in their backyard, pretty much.
And-
Not in their backyard, but like in
Close
their
enough.
yeah, in their backyard. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was wild. I'd still move there though. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, they built me.
At least California owns up to it, like LA especially. Like it fucking has that, just that dirty, grimy, part to it, but it doesn't try to play it off like there's some like badass
No.
motherfuckers like New York does.
No.
Or
New
New
York's
York?
fun.
Are you sure?
Yeah, New York's fun.
Better than old York.
Me and Big John went out there one time and for a wedding, and the wedding was actually at West Point, and that was cool, dude. We get in there and this was funny. So I'm a talker. Imagine that. And
No,
me
you
and-
really?
Yeah. And me and John, we get to the wedding, and we're in there having a good time. We went to the reception hall. The reception was somewhere else, and it was right next. There was 2 receptions next to each other.
Mhm.
Well, I got all confused, and I didn't know a single soul, a single person at the wedding. I went with John, except for John. I didn't even know the bride and groom. Never met him. First time was then. And it was funny because the guy that was getting remarried reminded me of Napoleon Dynamite's brother, the dude with the glasses.
yeah.
His cousin,
Yeah, and his wife that he married
LaFonda.
was a black chick that they both graduated from West Point, and she was from Jamaica. And I'm just like, wow, this is crazy, man. You guys, and I kept telling him, you guys reminded me of, and his cousin was a DJ, did the DJ shit,
God damn
right?
it.
No lie.
If you would have
Ask
said it
him.
was his uncle, it would have been perfect.
Next time you talk to him, ask him, right? And and he'll tell you like, yeah, for real, that's what my cousin does. He was like a DJ and he married a black chick, and it was cool as fuck. And they're both great people. So it was just kind of funny. Like, did they really make Napoleon Dynamite about you guys and not tell you? So we get out there, and
Got some
anyway,
copyrights.
so anyway, I get to this reception, and dude, it's so funny. We pull in there, and they valet park. John's got this beat up minivan that we drove all the way out there. It literally smells like a Christmas tree skunk in it. And the valet dude parks the van. We go to the thing. Me and John bought a 5th of Jack Daniels and a 2-liter we were going to make for ourselves. Well, his cousin bought us a 5th of Jack Daniels just for us at the wedding for driving all the way out there. The dude was getting married because he knew that's what we were partying on. So we're in there drinking it. We're hammered. Like I said, I walked into the wrong reception and didn't know nobody. So I'm in there. It was either like a Brazilian or a Venezuelan bachelor party. Is what baby shower or some shit.
Hacienda.
It wasn't a wedding reception. It was like a baby shower or something. Dude.
Luau.
It was huge, dude. These guys were, hey, the host shebang. We're having a fucking blast. And finally, John comes in there and he's like, Mike, man, wrong place. I'm like, oh shit, my bad. Well, I met some people. And next thing you know, we all end up over at this other place. Well, the baby shower shut down before the wedding reception, so them guys that I met came over to the wedding reception and we partied like rock stars. And we all leave, and them guys didn't, because they shut it down and their rides left them. So
Oh,
John had to
man.
give him a ride back to Philly, downtown Philadelphia, or wherever we were staying at. Tarrytown, New York is where it was. And the guy the one dude ended up telling us, "Oh, man, your guys' car smells just like a Christmas tree skunk." And the valet parking dude's like, "I was going to say the same thing." I'm like, well, our Christmas tree skunk better be right where I put it. And the valet guy's like, "No, man, we ain't like that here." I said, "Well, just letting you know." And I instantly went to it, and it was still there. But we had all them dudes and girls in John's minivan. It was a 3-row seater, man. We had all kinds of people in there. We get these dudes all shit-faced, dude, sideways, twisted eyeballs. Like, we ain't smoked like this before. They're used to this brick shit. We brought back some, like, back then, Christmas weed, you know. Got them all chiefed out.
Seasonal.
Yeah. And they were trying to, like, because me and John weren't their type of people.
Yeah.
We were different. If you know what I mean? We were kind of hoodish. And they were like, "Oh," and John's telling them how
Never seen any of your homies like this before.
John's telling them how he likes to listen to all kinds of music, and they didn't believe him, and they were just like, "Oh, I'm sure you guys are more Biggie and Tupac and this and that," which we were, but it was just so funny that John had like Beethoven or Bach in his CD player at the time, and the John's like, "Well, I'm actually into classical," and the guy's like, "Yeah, right, it ain't like you got," and he said, Bach number 10 or some shit, and John's like, "Ugh." Play. Next thing you know, and these dudes were all like, "What the fuck's going on here?" It was great. We get them. We get this, and they were lawyers because that's what they all graduated from West Point. They were all lawyers. We drop them off at their apartment, whatever it is, their high rise. The one dude was going in, and this guy's thinking he's getting laid all the way there. It was like a 40-minute ride. He had this chick that he was sweet talking the whole time. Well, he didn't realize that she never smoked before.
Uh-oh.
Dude, she passed out.
Wow, wow.
John being John, he ain't letting her take her home, take advantage of her. You know what I mean? And John's like, where does she live?
I'll be the white knight.
Yeah, where does she live? And he's like, she can come with me. And John's like,
No.
I'm calling, and whoever his the bride, it was her friend. I'm calling
Bridesmaid.
the bridesmaid. I'm calling her to see where she's going. And dude, sure enough, all the girls come over there and was like, "Well, there to pick her up." This dude was mad as fuck. John chuckled the whole time. We were high as a kite. Later on, dickhead. Because he was dogging us about the music. And then it was even funny.
Fuck this dude.
As John's leaving.
Fuck this dude.
As John's
I'll
leaving-
show him. Fuck him.
And as John's leaving,
Oh, fuck.
John hits skip, skips the next CD, and then, it's like, ding, ding, dong, ring a ding, ding, ding. Like, yeah, fuck you, we do, like Tupac, bitch. He rolled out.
No, I can see John doing this. He's like, nope.
Yeah. It's simple. And he was mad. Come on. Like, no, fuck you. It was great. Classic. We went he moved down, same cousin moved down to Atlanta. This is a great one. And we get down there, and he's taking us out to eat in places, Great host, dude. Great time. I want to go down there again. He takes us to this place where they rent big, huge RVs to the movie stars. Big ones.
What?
This place that you go there and you rent them, but it's a restaurant also. You go inside and along
Fuck's the name of the place?
It's like Stars or something it's called. But you go in there and along the top of the ceiling they got a bunch of headshots from all these bands and movie stars and shit like that.
Dirty special.
Yeah, so I walk in there and exactly, dude, that's kind of what I end up like.
Like Gino's in Chicago or whatever.
Yeah, how you go to the restaurants and they got the famous people and they sign. I'm telling John.
Tony Baggos.
I told John we should
Sign
tell
the buns.
told John we should tell the waitress we're from Slipknot. That's the only group I could tell that wear the masks. You know what I mean? So we're over there and we're super stoned, dude. I end up telling her that shit. I'm like, hey, I wish I had some headshots, ma'am. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, we autographed some for you. We're from Slipknot. She had no idea who it was. We pulled them up on the phones, and she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, doesn't that hurt your voice? Doesn't that hurt your voice? And me and John are just sitting there, man, shaking our head. John's like, yeah, I play bass. She's this older lady's just like, oh, I wish you guys.
Oh my
did-
God!
Yeah, wowzer! Hey, Janice, they over here
They play in a
metal
band.
stuff. They play that metal rock.
Oh my God!
Tell her what you sound like. You're like, sweet dreams are made of these. And she's like, oh, wow. Yeah, that's what the kids listen to. We didn't get our shit for free or anything, but it was just a good time. I wish I had one. Like now, you want to carry around, or say you're from Gwar. They don't care. They just, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Janice, they're famous. They're famous.
Look at them.
Sign the dollar.
Would you just look at them?
Yeah. Would you look at that?
We're gonna pay for this breakfast, but we're not gonna tip.
Yeah. Here, we'll give you a headshot. We'll sign it for you. Like, oh, wow, look at that. Oh, so sorry, Slipknot, just in case you ever go to that restaurant and Janice
I'm
is
sure
like,
Corey
hey.
Taylor's gonna get pissed.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, cool. Yeah. Didn't know, but that was just one of the group I...
The easiest one would be like one of the percussionists. 'Cause they have like three like other like percussionists besides like the main band.
They wouldn't
That's
know.
like like play whatever.
The Pumpkinhead guy, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
the one that wears the pumpkin head. And they're like, no shit. I'm like, yeah, it's hot up there. Yeah. Had no idea Janice, whatever her name was just like, would you look at that?
He wears his dick outside of his pants.
Yeah, he wears a tallywhacker right there up there on the stage, flipping it around, Janice, just like you do the old bacon in the back.
That you do.
It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was a great time. Yeah, down in Georgia somewhere. It was, yeah, we just went down there on a whim. That was what we did before kids.
Yeah.
Everybody had. Now you got responsibilities and.
Fuck that.
I know. Like, hey, I'm not going to be around this weekend. Oh, you don't think so? You got soccer practice. What? Really? Last time I kicked the ball, I broke my leg. Like, no.
It's not gonna be me.
No, speaking of Midwest dad shit, that did happen to me. I did break my leg one time. My son was.
Oh man,
You went for the soccer ball and
Oh, it
whiffed?
wasn't even that, dude. It was worse. I'm in the kitchen.
You missed the T-ball.
Even worse than that. My son's just sitting there and he's crying. You know how kids like to see you kind of hurt yourself, more or less. I'm in there with everybody, whole family, in my mom's kitchen. Michael Jackson's playing on the radio, and I start jamming like Michael Jackson, and go to do a spin, and my foot literally stops, and my rest of my fat ass kept going. Broke my leg.
dang.
That sucked. Yeah, that was a horrible event. Had to work the next day. Yeah, I didn't go to work for the next 8 weeks. Moved back to mom's. One of them type of days, yeah.
Yeah.
Kids. Yeah, had to go get my daughter braces just recently. That's not another thing. You tell yourself as you're getting an adult.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Telling yourself, like, yep, kids, I'm saving money. I'm an adult now. Cool. Yep. I'm going to get me a new pair of white New Balance and maybe a new weed whacker. That's what you're thinking to yourself. I can't wait. Maybe if they got one of them Troy-built dual packets, I'll get that and a leaf blower, all in the same package. Then your kids come home with, I need braces. Like, what the fuck?
I was saving up for a garden hose made by Bridgestone.
Yeah. Yeah, made out of that real rubber. Maybe one of them Tony Stewart Bridgestones.
The same shit it makes his car and tires out of.
Yeah, I know. $6,000, dude. The myth is real for people out there in teeth land. $6,000 for braces. And you wonder, like, that's why people show up and they just literally look like picket fences, and you're just like, wow, what the fuck? You're like, no, it's not that your parents
They chose to look retarded.
something.
Cost effective.
Yeah, it's cheaper probably just to pull them out, put sicklets in there.
Hey, have your older brother punch you in the face.
Yeah, how about this? Let me come over here and knee you right in the mouth. I don't even got to knock them all out, just them front ones. You don't even use
Just the ones that are crooked, which is 2 of them.
Yeah, just tell your
Ones that aren't so good for chewing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you tell your kids, well, when's the last time you chewed with your front teeth? You just need these back ones. Yeah, dude. That killed me, but it's gonna be worth it.
It's going to be alright, Mikey.
It is.
It's going to be okay.
Just a couple more Sundays to work. God love
It's going to be okay. Alright, folks. you've taken anything from this, just know that Puritan blue collar work ethic is always worth it. And with that, get your t-shirts, your hoodies, and your koozies at flashdesigns.com. And we're out of here with Moon Tower Podcast. Thanks to our good friend, good guest, Mike McCoy. Thanks for listening.
Amen.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.